Shalom. We're back with another video. So before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakwadash, to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to give double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect. We're here with a lesson I'm going to call, we do want them to go through captivity or something like that. And what inspired me to do this video, I was watching this Jake talk about something, and he came up with that saying, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. And I thought about it. Would we really not want to wish a harsh captivity on our worst enemy? Of fucking course we would. Of course we would want to wish that kind of captivity upon them, which they're going to go through. So I thought about that saying, and I was like, man, you know what? That's a foolish saying. Your worst enemy who's done anything to you, you do not want to wish evil on them, which Jake don't want to, because when we tell them that Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations going into captivity for how they did us and put us in captivity, Jake will buck up against it and be ready to fight. So I looked up the meaning of that, and here's the AI overview. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy means something is so incredibly awful, unpleasant, or painful that you wouldn't even want someone you intensely dislike to experience it. But we do. We do want Esau, Edom to experience a captivity like we went through. Something even worse. We do want the rest of the nations to experience it. And not only do we want them to experience it, but the Bible said they're going to do it. Yahweh Bahashim and Yahweh Shai has ordained that Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations will go into captivity under the Israelites. I mean, it would only be fair that they experience a captivity like we did. I'm going to start here. This is Isaiah 14, verses 1 and 2. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. See, Yahweh Ba'ashim and Yahweh Shai is going to rescue the elect and the Israelite foreigners who are the strangers in this situation are going to cleave unto him, and he's going to set us back in our own land. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servant and handmaid. Now see, that going to the other nations. We're going to possess them as servants and handmaid for all the wickedness they did to us when we were their servants and handmaid, which the rest of this scripture going to go into. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were. And who captives were we? We were captives of every nation. So it's only right that they go into captivity as well. And they shall rule over their oppressors. And we're going to rule over them, man. We're going to rule over every nation, and especially Edom. Because Edom was the worst of the nations with the things that they done to the Israelite, whether it was northern or southern kingdom. That's why when we get into rulership, when Yahweh Shai come back, save us, and we put the nations under subjection, when we rule over them, it's going to be a very harsh and a very rigorous captivity for Esau, Edom, and the nations, but especially Edom. It's going to be one of those things where the things that was done to us that were hidden, the little things that come out now, it's going to be way worse because we got to get that get back. We got to get our lick back for all the things they did to us. That's why the scripture said we're going to rule them with a rod of iron, which that's what we're going to go to now. This is Revelation 2, verse 26 and 27. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation. See, we're co-heirs with Yahweh. So we're going to have power over the nation just like Yahweh going to give to him. But in that rulership, like I said, that captivity that Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations will go through will not be a simple one. It's not going to be all fun and gain and rainbows just because the righteous are in authority. No, you got to go through this rigorous captivity. And see, here's in verse 27, he's going to tell you that. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. See, we're not going to let up on you. We got 1,000 years of get back to get off you heathen and you Edomite. And it's gonna be rough, man. We're gonna rule you with a rod of iron. We're gonna break you in and put you in your proper place. Cause y'all eat all kind of abominable food, do all kind of wicked practices, and let alone the things that you done to the children of Israel when they went into captivity for disobeying our power. This is going to be a rough captivity for a lot of you, including the Edomites. Just like the scripture said, we're going to rule you with a rod of iron, man. And we're going to love, we're going to enjoy bringing hell upon you heathen and Esau. As the scriptures say, we're going to meditate terror upon you for all the things that y'all did. See, we do wish this kind of captivity on our worst enemies. Because right now, they're doing it to us. Right now, they beating the hell out of Jake, or using up Jake, or exposing Jake. So why not want that same get back? Why not want to bring them down to the dust like they did us? See? I'm going to go here. Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. See? Esau, Edom, and the nations led us into captivity. So it's only right with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that they go into captivity. That we wish this level of captivity and worse upon them. Yes, it's only right through the scriptures and through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that we're able to wish a hellish captivity on Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nation. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saint. Yeah, we're patiently waiting that. We're faithfully waiting that day that we're going to get revenge for all the wickedness that Esau, Edom, and the nation did against us. All right? Because that time is coming. Slowly but surely, that time is coming that they will have to face up for everything that they did. This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Yeah, it's righteous in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that they go through this rigorous captivity. It's righteous in his eyes, so it's righteous in our eyes. So why wouldn't we want to wish that upon our worst enemies? Like I said, 2/3 of Jake, a fight to the death, especially for Esau, for them not having to go through it. But it's righteous in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that they go through this tribulation. Matter of fact, let's get that word tribulation. Because it was righteous in their eyes that they came against us. It was righteous in their eyes that we get put through hell. It was righteous in their eyes that they hear the truth from us. So why can't it be righteous in our eyes that we do the same? Why it can't be righteous in our eyes that we feel the same way, that they go through tremendous hell and even more for what they did to us? This tribulation, Strong G 2347.
Strong's G 2347.
Thalipsis, outline of biblical usage, pressing together, pressure, metaphor, oppression. Yes, they would have to go through this oppression, affliction, tribulation, distress, straits. We know straits mean a position of difficulty. Yes, we do wish this upon our worst enemy, and it's going to happen. This is what's going to happen, man. Why? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has already ordained that they will go through it, especially Esau, Edom, man. Because he far surpassed any of the wicked things that any of the other nations did. And we're going here to Ezekiel 25, verse 12 through 14. Thus says Yahweh power, because Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them, but he also did it to the northern kingdom as well. Therefore, thus says Yahweh power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom and cut it off, man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from teeming, and they of the den shall fall by the sword. And we know they're going into that nuclear destruction that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is ultimately going to bring upon them. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hands of my people Israel. See? We're going to get our revenge because in their hellish captivity, they're going to get it the worst. Because they were the worst nation on us. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, says Yahweh power. See? Not only are we going to do it for us, but we're going to do it because the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to be upon us. So it's going to be no mercy. It's going to be no mercy. And we do wish this upon our worst enemies. That's why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said it's going to happen. And we're going to end here, Revelation 24. And I saw the throne and them that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, which that goes into the elect, the 144,000. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for a witness of Yahushua, and for the word of Yahweh, in which had worshipped not the beast, neither his image, nor received his mark upon their forehead or in their hand. Like I said, that's the elect, not getting the mark of the beast, but standing stiffly for this truth, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And they live and reign with Hamashiach for 1,000 years. So you got 1,000 years of an ass whooping coming. Esau, Edom, and you other nations. 1,000 years of us brutalizing y'all for every righteous reason, because you did it to us. And that time is fastly approaching. And call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua that we're one day closer to that coming to fruition. But I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Kwam Yasharella, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.